so graciously hosted, we thank you for the dedicated support of the 37th Fleet Week, New York. This week, we have been touched by the warmth, generosity, hospitality you've shown. Your welcoming arms remind us that our warriors are never alone. To Mr. Bruce Mosler, Mr. Mel Emergant, and the honorable former crew members of the U.S. Intrepid and the entire museum team, thank you. Your loyal devotion to preserving history and the inspiring future generations is a noble mission that serves our country well. To Mayor Adams and the people of New York, sir, and the tri-state area, your patriotism and partnership are powerful reminders of why we serve. You show the men and women of our nation's armed forces that the American people stand with them, shoulder to shoulder. It's because of people like you in cities like this that our Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine Corps, Space Force, and Coast Guard create the most formidable and integrated combat team the world has ever known, hands down, no exceptions. This week, I watched our sailors, Marine and Coast Guardmen walk your streets, visit your schools, connect with your citizens, showing you firsthand the strength, lethality, and embodiment of national power that they are. I know without question they cherished every moment. Our maritime services are the greatest the world has ever known. That's because they're American Mobile Fighting Force, the America's Away Team, on watch around the world, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, are ready at a moment's notice to ensure that the threats of distant shores never reach our homeland. And as we celebrate 250 years of Americans fighting Navy, I am reminded it has never been the steel of the ships or the might of our weapons that make us great. It has always been our people. They are our decisive edge, our enduring advantage. I hope you had a chance this week to talk to the men and women that bring all of this metal to life. If you did, you know firsthand that they carry the torch of all of those who came before us. Warriors whose valor, sacrifice, and devotion built the very foundation of security and prosperity. As Americans everywhere take time today to recognize that legacy, let us not only remember the heroic sacrifice of the fallen, let us live lives worthy of their gift. I see the very best of America in every service member, every military family, every military spouse. Your strength and resilience are what underwrite the exceptional excellence of our armed forces. As my wife Donna has told me frequently throughout my career, those who wait serve too. This day allows us to reflect on the countless family members who have waited endless days for the return of their loved one, only to learn in despair that they would not be coming back. May God bless all of those who laid down their lives in service to our great nation, and to the families who shared so selflessly their loved ones with us all. May God bless our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardmen, guardians, and veterans everywhere. And may God bless this wonderful nation and all of those we serve to protect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, Admiral Caudle, for your inspirational and powerful message. It is my pleasure now to introduce a great Intrepid leader. He is chairman of Global Brokerage of Cushman & Wakefield, where he helped to launch and now chairs Cushman & Wakefield's own veterans hiring platform. He is a board member and chairman emeritus of the Business Executives for National Security and serves the same roles for Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. He also serves on the board of Syracuse University's Institute for Veterans and Military Families. Please welcome Intrepid Museum co-chairman, Mr. Bruce Mosler.
Good morning. Thank you, Pat, for your kind introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, members of our military and their families. I'm honored to share this stage with so many outstanding Americans. Al Schumacher. Al, great to have you with us today. Admiral Daryl Caudle, we are indebted to you, sir. This is your fourth time, but more importantly, it is your passion, it is your dedication to the men and women who serve with you, but also we thank you on behalf of Intrepid for all that you do for us. Let me also acknowledge my fellow Intrepid Museum Vice Chairman and Trustee, Mel Immergut. Mel, you are tremendous. Mr. Mayor, thank you to you and your team. This is not the first time, but every time during your administration, you have joined us and helped making this day what it is and possible. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A special thanks to some people who couldn't be with us today, Ken Fisher and our entire Board of Trustees. They are what make this museum work on a daily basis, along with the incredible team Intrepid. To everyone here on this ground made hallowed by the aircraft carrier Intrepid next door, who is a veteran or in current military service, their families, friends, as the Admiral said, Gold Star families, we salute you all and we thank you. Thank you so much for your service. Today is the day that we take time out as a nation to remember that freedom is never for free. We honor all those who made the supreme sacrifice, and forgive me, I will say it again, and who, as President Lincoln said so well on the battlefield of Gettysburg, gave the last full measure of devotion for the survival of this great nation. 2026 marks the 250th anniversary of our Declaration of Independence. In signing that revolutionary, our founders pledged, as they put it, their lives, their fortunes, and indeed their sacred honor. From then to now, they have never walked alone. In every patriot's grave from Lexington and Concord to Afghanistan rests a hero who made and kept that pledge. Today, 0.5% of all Americans serves in uniform. These proud and noble few join those who came before them and stand ready to protect our values and, in fact, our very way of life. It is these ready heroes, current and past, who we remember on this and every patriotic holiday. Because whenever our nation asks, who shall we send? Who shall go for us? It is they who stand up each and every time and say without hesitation, send me, I will go. And so today, especially today, we salute them. Once again, we need such brave guardians alert and ready on freedom's front. In fact, as we speak, hundreds of thousands of troops are deployed around the world, safeguarding our future, alert and ready to do what must be done. Ladies and gentlemen, I need not remind us, but the world remains a volatile and dangerous place. Europe is suffering its first major war over these past 3 years since World War II. There's renewed conflict in the Middle East, and adversarial nations are growing increasingly aggressive. And let's not forget that terrorism remains a constant threat. In any of these tense regions, if any of these tense regions comes to blows, where will we turn? Undoubtedly, we will turn once more, as we always do, to the half of the 1%. So as I conclude, while we honor the fallen, let us also remember those who stand ready to carry out the torch of freedom. America's best of the best, the half of the 1%. God bless you all. God bless America. Now, I am honored to welcome to the podium my friend and the leader of this great city, a tireless advocate for New York, a public servant committed to ensuring that this great city remains as the greatest in America and the world leader that we are. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our mayor, the one and only Mayor Eric Adams.
Thank you so much, and happy Memorial Day to you all. And I want to thank our men and women who fight to defend our liberty. I want to announce today, as I was driving here, that we lost a great hero who served in the Korean War, Congressman Charles Rangel. He was a true American, and a true committer to what's great about this country. If you have not realized it, there's an energy in our air because the Knicks are in the playoffs. And so we are excited about them bringing home the victory. And I know those who clapped, you're probably from Indiana, so it's okay. We often use the term never forget, and it is associated with some of the horrific things that have taken place through time. But I also want to borrow from that term, never forget, to remind us of who we are. We're the greatest country on the globe. No one is lining our borders to leave America. They're lining our borders to come in America. We have the best product on what we deliver. Never forget that we produce some of the greatest scientists that help deal with issues on a global proportion. Never forget that many of our inventions and what we do to stabilize regions across the globe as conflict become more and more pervasive. Never forget how we have opened our hearts and our minds to those who are in need. Never forget how we bring economic stability. Never forget, after hundreds of years that global conflicts are occurring, only 2 major conflicts have taken place on our soil because who we are. And the way you don't forget is to exercise your mental memory, to constantly have it exercised so our children would understand where they live and who they are. And we can't do that if on our college campuses we're radicalizing our children to hate America instead of to embrace the America. We need to re-engage our young people so that they can too build up our bench to build our strong military services. And what does that look like? Let's start with doing the Pledge of Allegiance again in our schools so we can understand the word of what it is to be pledged in allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Let's start by not only talking about Memorial Day, but also encouraging our young people the beauty of being part of the military services and the law enforcement community. Let's start again being proud to raise our flag and talk about the greatness of the country. Let's re-engage our mental memories so that we will never forget. And when I look at the polls that say there's a substantial number of people who don't still truly love America, one poll said over 52%. Well, I'm one of the 48%ers. When I wake every day, I think about our national anthem and see the realistic sounds of it. The rocket red glare of bombs burst in the air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Those bombs could be depression, it can be inflation, it can be COVID, it could be a lack of some individual items, but through it all, our flag is still here. And that flag is here because of the men and women of our military service. And I think of one in particular, 19-year-old young man called Uncle Joe. I still can remember when the knock came at the door and said he would not be coming home from his death in Vietnam. He didn't ask who was the president. He didn't ask who was the mayor. He didn't ask who was the governor. He was not concerned about any of those things. He knew true patriotism was loving the flag. And I want to thank the Uncle Joes throughout our society. And I want to thank those men and women who fought in all of our wars. And here in New York, we want to give a special homecoming to the men and women who fought in the post-9/11 war. July 6th of 2026, we'll be having a ticker tape parade to welcome them home and tell them how much we appreciate them. First major city in this country to carry out that parade. We're going to lead from the front and make sure that this will always be a home for those military men and women. I thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, for your words. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now continue a solemn tradition of this museum. We will lay 4 memorial wreaths on the Hudson River in memory of the brave men and women, heroes, who have made the ultimate sacrifice for their country. The first wreath honors the United States military personnel lost in recent conflicts. Approximately 7,000 American service members lost their lives in the aftermath of 9/11 and the global war on terror. To lay this wreath, I invite the Honorable Eric Adams, Mayor of New York City, Mr. Bruce Mosler, Co-Chairman of the Intrepid Museum, and Admiral Darrell Caudle, Commander of U.S. Fleet Forces Command. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, in the 12 major conflicts in which the United States has fought, more than 1 million of its service members made the ultimate sacrifice. The second wreath honors these United States military personnel. To lay this wreath, I invite Brigadier General Thomas R. Moss, United States Marine Corps Deputy Commanding General, and Admiral Carl Latte, Commander, Navy Region Mid-Atlantic. The third wreath honors former crew members of Intrepid and the submarine Growler. As noted earlier, 250 of Intrepid's sailors gave their lives aboard this ship and in the skies above. We remember also our Intrepid and Growler former crew members who have passed in the last year. To lay this wreath, Mr. Al Schumacher, President of the Intrepid Former Crew Members Association, and Mr. Gene Austin, First Vice President, Intrepid Former Crew Member Association. The fourth wreath honors all those lost from our allied nations. Throughout its history, the United States has not been alone in defending and fighting for freedom around the globe. We have been aided by brave men and women from other nations who have fought alongside our forces. To lay this wreath, I invite Mr. Mel Emmergut, Vice Chairman of Intrepid Museum, and Captain Jonathan Anderchuk, Commander, Sector New York, United States Coast Guard. Go ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, before you is an American flag, the symbol of our nation and our freedom. This flag stretches 100 feet. I ask the flag detail of our United States Armed Forces to take their positions and open this flag. We will raise this flag in honor of our fallen comrades throughout the world. After the flag unfurling, a detail from the U.S. Marine Corps Rifle Detail will fire 3 volleys, a traditional military salute, followed by the sounding of taps by the Navy Band Northeast. FA-18 Navy fighter aircraft from squadrons VFA-32, VFA-34, and VAQ-130 will fly over Intrepid in missing man formation in salute of our fallen.
Detail! Attend! Halt! Detail! Halt! Detail! Forward! Forward! Detail! Present colors!
I now invite our veterans and active duty military personnel to please join us around the flag. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.